case I'm presenting to you is Griswold v. Connecticut. This case is one of the very influential cases in the entire Supreme Court because it is a right to privacy case, and so, you know, in the Constitution it's not stated anywhere that you do have the right to privacy, but this case made it. So the background on this case is that it was presented to the Warren Court in 1962, and so if you know the 1960s, the social mores were definitely different than how they are now. And so Griswold was arrested for providing birth control to married couples in New Haven, Connecticut, where it was illegal. And so the Connecticut state law prohibited the distribution or instruction of medical professionals for the purpose of preventing conception. So pretty much you can't tell people how to prevent conception, it's illegal. And so it's all the way back from 1879. Sorry, it's going faster. Okay. So she was convicted. So she appealed her conviction, and so the circuit court upheld this conviction, but then she appealed to the Supreme Court, and that's when we get the influential case of Griswold v. Connecticut. And so the court sided with Griswold 7-2. They overturned the state law on the basis that the right for married couples to seek birth control is protected under the 9th Amendment to the Constitution. And the 9th Amendment to the Constitution is what a lot of people refer to the right to privacy amendment. So it also stated that through the 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 9th, and 14th Amendments that the law was unconstitutional, and the amendments create a zone of privacy for people that even though it's not stated in the Constitution, it is protected. So you do have the right to privacy. So this is like a little cartoon of some people like the 4th Amendment privacy rights, and it's like you're supposed to knock, and then the guy is like, oh, but we can, and so he's just going to go into the building. And so this zone of privacy is very important because you do have the right to privacy. So it cited that marital privacy was fundamental to liberty and justice presented in civil rights, and it stated that married couples' right to contraception was a fundamental right. So this right cannot be denied by the states, which was what Connecticut was doing. And so there is a lot of opposition to this case. Some of the American public disagreed with the Supreme Court ruling because they believed that it was morally wrong that contraception should be a legal thing. And so there was people who petitioned, that is the actual building, that's the actual Planned Parenthood in New Haven, Connecticut. And so the reason that the other two justices had an opposing opinion is they agreed that the law should be gotten rid of, but they did not agree that the right to privacy was protected under the Constitution. So we're going to talk about the 9th Amendment. So the 9th Amendment is the right, you have certain rights that, even though they're not stated in the Constitution, are protected. So this is the main argument for this was under the 9th Amendment. And so it's the right to privacy, so you have the right to your own thing. So as I said earlier, it's even though it's not stated in the Constitution, it is protected under the 9th Amendment. And so this case only gave the right to privacy for contraceptions to married couples. The right to contraception would, for everyone, become later. So another major thing is the 14th Amendment, which a case pertaining to this, which is coming up later. And so you cannot deprive a person of life property without due process of law. And so they are also arguing that it's robbing them of liberty. And so this case did overturn a ruling. The Griswold decision upheld that there are certain substantive rights that are, the rights that are not stated in the Constitution, that it overturned the ruling in the West Coast Hotel v. Parrish case, which was a case where minimum wage was required by Washington State for women and children. And so the right to free so this case stated that the right to free trade was not protected under the Constitution, but making the law illegal because it is not an enumerated right in the Constitution. So why does this case matter? So this case opened the floodgates for more substantive rights to be protected by the Constitution. It also made that substantive rights are not only present in economic situations, as with the other case, but they're also present in other aspects of life. So there's a variety of cases that extend the right to privacy, because this started it. I Stand to Braid was contraception should be available to everyone, and Roe v. Wade, pretty much everyone knows that the right to abortions and privacy with your doctor if you have one. So why does this matter? Is because birth control is legal in the United States due to this case, which started the process of birth control to be acceptable to all people, not just married couples. Now, a lot of people don't agree with birth control, but it does make it legal in the United States. So implications today, this case allows for not only married people, but all people to not be denied their right to privacy. And it's still opposed by many due to the fact that it is a case that started the expansion of rights into the United States, including the right to abortion. Like Mitt Romney actually cited this. I was reading about him. Mitt Romney actually cited this case as being the start of the problems with Roe v. Wade. It's really interesting, I thought, when he said that. And so, why isn't it moving? Sorry, my iPad turned off, so now it's not moving.
You can swipe it. You can swipe it.
That was fun.
Okay, and then you were excited?
Why did that come off? Oh, the word
fine. That's your word
stuff
excited?
came off.
We're good?
Yeah, it,
Okay.
1 second.
Okay.
It did something stupid. It deleted it.
What, was that your last line of content?
Yep.
Perfect. Yay!